To 2018, when I was a freshman, walking the Riley County High School halls. One day, right before football practice, the Rachel Allen walked by me in the hall and asked me to be her prom date. Yes, this Rachel Allen right here. Now, throughout the next couple months after she asked me to be her prom date, I started to notice this guy and her flirting nonstop in the hallways. And that's when I realized, I don't think I'm going to prom with Rachel this year. Garrett was breaking out moves I didn't even know were in his bag, so I was happy for him. That's how I knew he really liked her, and sure enough, around Christmas time that same year, they officially started dating. I just want to say, Garrett, I really have forgiven you for taking my prom date that year. But Rachel, if you look out right about here on the dance floor later tonight, you'll see you missed out on. So, all jokes aside, Rachel, I am so happy that you were the girl Garrett ended up with and will spend the rest of his life with. We have viewed you as part of our family long before tonight, but now it's finally official. Now, for those of you who don't know, Garrett and Rachel have pretty much known each other their whole lives, mostly because Garrett and Nick have always been best friends. In fact, G and Nick actually played on the same travel baseball team for many years growing up. Now, Nick being on the team meant that Rachel was at almost every single game. And when I tell you every single kid had a crush on Rachel, I mean every kid on that team had a crush on Rachel. And who would have thought that one of those boys would actually end up marrying her, and furthermore, that it would have been Garrett. There's no easy way to say this, but calling him a nerd at the time would be an understatement. And those who know him well today know that he's the same nerd, just in a bigger body. The first time Garrett and Rachel's relationship was put to the test was in the spring of 2020 when COVID-19 hit and we all thought the world was going to end. For a little while, just like everybody else, the two had to take a break from seeing each other in person. It would have been easy to let this negatively impact their relationship. However, the love they had for each other prevailed, and they began to grow even stronger in their relationship. As soon as they were able to, they began to have social distancing dates. Rachel would pull up to our curb with the pizza and sit in the car while Garrett sat in the yard on a lawn chair, and they would talk for hours. I remember looking out the window and I could see how in love they were, and it put a smile on my face. Perhaps my favorite memory with Garrett and Rachel was when we went down to Table Rock Lake for a week with a group of friends. As soon as we got to the cabin we were staying in, Garrett told us he was planning on proposing to Rach, and it was about damn time. Sorry for the French. Vaughn, Emma, Corin, Nick, and I, we decided to stay back and watch from a distance so that they could have some alone time when he would pop the question. We were standing for about 2 whole hours before Garrett finally nut up and got down on one knee. This dude was sweating bullets, it was crazy. Then we all sprinted down to the dock and we celebrated. It was an amazing moment, surrounded by incredible friends. Rachel, there are many qualities that make you an amazing woman, but the one that stands out to be the most, and that obviously caught Garrett's eye, is your charismatic attitude. No matter if you're having a terrible day or an amazing day, you will always make sure those around you are happy. It's this selfless and compassionate personality that will make you an amazing teacher, and more importantly, an amazing mother. Hopefully sooner rather than later, right, G? It is also clear to see that you bring out the best in Garrett. Knowing that my brother has a wife as loving and caring as you truly brings me happiness. Also, I want to thank you for being the big sister that Marley never had. She appreciates you more than you know, and for her to have a role model such as you in her life is something our family is very grateful for. You've been a blessing to not just Garrett's life, but to our whole family's lives, and I thank God that he brought you two together. Shane and Lori, I just wanted to say congratulations to you two for raising such an intelligent, beautiful, and kind woman. Mom and Dad, well, you guys did your best with Garrett. It's like an impossible task, for being honest. In all seriousness, Garrett, I could stand up here all night and list all the reasons I'm grateful for you. To be your best man tonight is an honor I will never forget, but being your little brother is a far greater pleasure. Let me just say that you've been the best big brother I could have ever asked for, and growing up, I almost always took for granted having someone like you to try and model my life after. You're the most humble person I've ever met, even though you're good at literally everything. You have the ability to make everyone around you laugh till their stomach hurts just by being yourself. When we were little, I used to be a prick to you sometimes. And even then, you'd still be nice to me because you knew I always needed my big brother by my side. From playing pickup basketball in the driveway late at night to catching touchdowns from you in high school, I'll never forget all the moments I got to spend hanging out with you. I can't say we didn't get in fights every once in a while growing up, but I can say with confidence that there wasn't a single day where Eli and I didn't look up to you and want to be like you. As I sat down to write this speech, it made me realize just how impactful you've been in my life, and I don't tell you enough how much I love you. Lastly, more important than anything, you've shown me what it means to be a man of God, and I thank you for that. So, I'd like to make a toast to a beautiful night and a happy life between Mr. and Mrs. Garrett, Rachel Harmison. I can't wait to see where God takes you to. Cheers.